Hi guys. Boy, have I ever been feeling like crap. Now, I don't really have a journal for you here. I guess we're going to call it one because that's just been the habit. But I just got off the phone with Ken, uh, my distance healer, and I have some news for you. I was telling him how horrible, how simply crappy I've been feeling like, what's the point? That was Kismet, sorry. And it's why be here, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure we could all have our way of putting it. And we went through the whole session. And at the end, he wanted me to know everybody, simply everybody he's dealing with has been feeling this way. People have been calling him and saying, hey, what the heck is going on? And so if you're feeling that way, uh, okay, what else he said about it was, and this was my hunch, it's the false self falling away. It's the darkness making room for the incoming light. And when we're letting go of the false self, there's pain involved. It's a death, it's a dying. The valley of the shadow of death. This is that, my friends. And this is what it feels like for the ego, not the ego itself, but, parts of the false self, the one that we believed we were, the one with all the false beliefs and all the programming and all of that. Uh, well, we couldn't help but be sort of identified with that. And if we weren't identified with it at all, this probably wouldn't hurt. I don't know. As it is, it's mucky and yucky and the rest of it. So I don't really have too much more to say, but something like this can be a real pick-me-up when you realize that what's going on with you isn't personal. Let me continue a moment here. You're not a person. I'm not a person. Furthermore, there are no persons. However you want to look at this, I mean, get out of the head, of course, be in your heart or your intuition or your gut or anything but your mind. We are not separate. The powers that were, their whole main strategy is divide and conquer. Keep us thinking we're separate and different and distinct, and then getting us warring with each other and suspicious of each other and all of that. It's been very successful for them. But we're waking up and we're realizing that's not the truth of it. The truth of it is, I'm you and you're me. That golden rule, treat your brother as yourself, as you would want to be treated. Well, your brother is yourself. It's another aspect of yourself. You may find yourself listening to a video where you're hearing something truly wonderful that happened to quote unquote somebody else, and the story is being told. You might find yourself melting in tears of gratitude over the beauty of that. And this is you experiencing on a broader frequency or range or something. I don't really have the words for this. We're all one. And that also gives us some say-so in what's going on with one another. As long as we're operating from heart, that's fine. Whenever we get a hold of this, people get the bit between their teeth, and they'll take something like this, and they're so used to being in mind, they don't know any other way to chew on this bone. And that's something that's got to go, friends. It's just got to go. The mind is not going to lead you out of anything. You're playing with the deck chairs on the Titanic kind of a thing. We're waking up and it's kind of ugly, all the things we're having to see. But we're all one, we're in this together, and we do have spiritual help. I think chances are good that whenever we have disclosure, it's not going to be something the government's going to do. They've had plenty of chances. It'll probably wind up being the ETs themselves. Now, you hear me? You hear me well? Be in heart. Make it count. The first ones we see, no matter how beautiful they look and sound, will probably not be the good guys. And they're playing with us. They're planning on it. Things have been made so miserable for so long, and we're so freaking fed up. And there's a lot of the desire for rescue. The desire, if not for rescue, at least for respite. You know, it needs to let up. Okay, they're counting on that to drive us into their net. And I want all my guys to really be alert and aware and feeling it, sensing it, sense them out. Don't listen to your mind, and above all, don't listen to them. It doesn't matter what they say. You've got to go with your gut, go with your intuition. Your heart will lead and guide you. And no matter how weary you are of all of this, please don't listen to their pretty words. Chances are hugely good that they're all just lies. I was reminded of this by listening to an Alex Collier interview. He didn't speak. It was just a Q&A kind of a thing. I'll go ahead and put a link in the written journal that goes with this. If I write a journal, whatever. I don't know these days. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, something he said was really good too. Now, what was it? Don't trust them. Oh, shoot. Too much blabbing. I went and lost the thread there. Just don't believe. Oh, the thing he said, a really good sign is if the government is trying to shove them down your throat and tell you that these are the good guys, that kind of thing. You know when their mouth moves, that's evidence that they're lying. Okay? Okay? So to those who are sufficiently awakened to be able to accept what I'm saying here, I think it's really important because we're stressed to the max. You know, we're like a rubber band that's pulled so tight and kind of frayed, and we want it to be over. And so here come a bunch of beautiful looking beings promising, oh, it's over, just come with us, or we've got the answers, you know, or come into the earth and sit down in our machines that we have for you. They're going to help you ascend. They're going to finish your ascension process. Run the other way. Do you think that life needs machinery for you to ascend? Hello? It's time to quit with the fairy tales, folks. Go through your beliefs. Have a look. We're all kind of being forced into that by this energy that we're dealing with. For whatever reason, I mean, I can't say I understand anything more than you do. Follow your own heart above all. But just don't give your trust away too easily. Don't let your mind lure you in by something that sounds so wonderful. You know what they say, if it sounds too good to be true, you know, it is. All right. Love ya. Be back soon. I hope. I don't know. Here's hoping this is better than nothing. Good day.